A fine place to harvest some ingredients. No harm in picking a few.
A flock of harpies draws near!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Well fought, Arisen. Fight on, and victory shall be ours. You have my protection. I'll keep them pinned down. Well said.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use. We ought to take a closer look.
An astounding discovery. Most impressive. Such a thing escaped my master's notice entirely. Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
You haven't forgotten us, have you, Master?
What's this? We're trapped. Fine! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter...
Focus your strength, Arisen! The power of such a turret is not to be underestimated. Perhaps we can find a way to fight. This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well. Would you care for some assistance? My thanks. Focus. A moment of decision may spell out.
Fall back!
We can ill afford to rush headlong into battle. Let us watch our foe carefully to determine our best strategy. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Hold right there. Look out, Arisen! Under attack! Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid? This time we made for the capital. To inform the people of
You have my gratitude, sir. It would seem I misjudged you. I had taken you for another false Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this, as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision.
My word. Never did I dream we would come upon such a rarity.
How exciting! My heart is fit to burst.
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
Is your pack slowing you down, Master? Pray, bear in mind that you can only carry so much by yourself. I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
We're setting out. Jump on if you're paid.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
Goblins, Master! Not bad. Think nothing of it.
Splendid.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first. 'Twould seem this is no mere deceiver.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, and in Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the Sovran in your stead. A mere puppet. However, with your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Some of us get
Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Oh dear. What am I to do? Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
I feel more welcome here than any place else.
This place is awful dull.
You've come! Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can. We must rest, though the sun is still up. Tell is, Vermund was once a Beastren kingdom. Truly? Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
This isn't much to go on. Mayhap I ought to ask around town.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here. As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the Sovran, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace. but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters. By combining our strengths, we shall overcome this trial as all others.
Welcome to the Star Drop-In. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off?
"'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
I cannot wait to put this new equipment to use. Let us use it well, that it might prove a worthy investment.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
Nodded off for a moment there.
Here's a welcome sight.
I'll gather this. It might be of use. Tis a fair reward. We cannot complain. We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment!
I've got to focus. Your shift's only just begun.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier. Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light. On another note, we've not counted a thief among our number for some time. 'Tis your decision whom we travel first. I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge. We must not let down our